You guys done? Okay. Okay. So so this is built on. Okay. So this is the basic earning. Let me read this part. Okay. So this is a basic earning per shares, right? So we had it's come from same with 16, 17, right? 16 and 17. Okay, that's a basic earning per shares, and then we calculate diluted earning per shares, right? So diluted, and then this is basic for this question too, right? So basic earning per shares. Okay, to calculate diluted earning per shares, we have these stock options, right? Remember stock option, we're gonna what? You increase by 30 millions, then you use your cash to purchase back, right? You're allowed to purchase back 24 millions. So net increase is gonna be the 6 millions, right? So you add it to the bottom. Okay, so that counts to diluted earning per share for the stock options. Okay, so that's the first one. We talk about it from 17. Okay, 19-17. So now we add additional, right? So we add this convertible bonds. Okay, so convertible bonds to calculate diluting. Again, basic earning per share is still the same one, right? So now we add this one. It will only impact diluted earning per shares. Okay, so we need to ask what if, right? What if those bonds gonna be converted into stock? If you convert it into stock, they can convert into 6 millions common stock, right? So then our total number of shares is gonna increase by 6 millions. Okay, and then if they convert it, then we save the interest, right? The interest expense. Uh, how much interest we're gonna save? It's if this is 15 millions, right? 8%. So that's why we have this four, right? 4 millions at the interest expense. We save 4 millions. That means our earnings can increase by four, right? But actually, when you have more earnings, you need to pay tax. That's why you need to time this 1 minus 25%. That's the net of tax impact on earnings. Okay, so then we have this is 126 and 202. Okay, so you got 0.62. Okay, clear one about this convertible bonds situation? Okay, so you don't have a question. Let's continue. Okay, we have this is convertible bonds, and let's talk about convertible preferred stock. Okay, so sometimes some preferred stock also is convertible. They can convert into common stock. Okay, the preferred stock, some preferred stock are convertible. Okay, so we call it convertible preferred stock. If those preferred stock convertible, then if those stock convertible, then also we want to ask ourselves, what if, right? What if this preferred stock converted into common stock? Then our total number of shares gonna increase, right? But in the meantime, that's our we don't our we're gonna save our dividends. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, so we have these. Okay, so again, we have those stock options, right? We have this already. We consider that. So we have convertible bonds. Okay, now we have this preferred stock. Excuse me. So we have the preferred stock. So let's assume those preferred stock are convertible. Okay, they can convert into 3 million common shares. Okay, 3 million common shares. So this is the basic, right? Remember basic earning per shares. Okay, so we calculate like this. And when we calculate diluted earning per shares, we already consider the stock options, right? So you add that part. We also consider convertible bonds, which is this, right? This is the convertible bonds impact. Okay. Now let's consider this convertible preferred stock. If they convert it, go back to this information. If they convert it and convert it into 3 million more shares, we will issue 3 million more shares. Our total outstanding shares, number of shares, gonna increase by 3. That's why you add 3. here, okay? And then if they convert it, then we don't need to pay dividend to them anymore, right? So that's why we're gonna save the dividends, okay? So you're gonna cross out this preferred stock dividends, okay? So then numerator gonna be total 172, the denominator gonna be 93, so total is gonna be $1.85 diluted earnings per share. Okay. So convertible securities, you can see we have impact on both, right, on the top and the bottom. Stock options, the impact only on the bottom. Okay. Question on this part? Everyone's okay so far?
Is there going to be like another part where only a percentage of them are convertible?
Percentage?
Like a percentage of the.
No. We don't.
It'll
you don't
always
have
be
to think about that issue. Yeah. Yes.
okay. We'll always.
Only the stock option has some, like the exercise in the middle in the during the year. So we have that situation. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need to consider that. I don't want to make it too complicated.
Okay. Yeah.
Too complicated. Okay. Any other questions?
Where did you get that 3 million? Is it from the preferred stock convertible into 3 million common shares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Okay. Any other question?
So we don't have to do anything on the like on the top, right? On the numerator, like the preferred stock. We don't need to like subtract it from the income, right?
You subtract. You add 4. If you want to think about this, you had this subtract, right? You subtract 4, but you need to add 4. Okay?
Oh, if you subtract 4, you need to add 4.
Yeah, that's the impact.
Okay, but if you don't do anything, just don't put the preferred dividends, then we don't need to add 4.
No, I think it's better to probably you continue with this basic, right? Basic, you need to I don't know how to read this cross out. Okay, basically you need to subtract, right? You subtract 4, but then you add 4. Okay.
Okay, got it.
You need to adjust. Okay.
So you want us to follow the basics?
Yeah, you
so
minus
we won't get confused. Okay.
Yeah, minus 4 plus 4. Okay, so I think that's probably easier to understand. Okay, because those things just add on, right? You add to the basic. Okay.
Okay.
Where did the plus 4 come from again?
What's that?
Where did the plus 4 come from?
Because the preferred stock already converted into common stock, you don't need to pay dividends for them. That's why you plus 4. Okay. Remember, you need to subtract 4, right? That's the dividends. Okay, subtract 4, that's the dividends. Okay. So now they converted, so then you don't need to pay dividend for them anymore. That's why you subtract 4, but now you need to add 4. You add 4. Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought we just are supposed to. I don't understand. I still don't understand what we're adding for.
That's the same thing, right? So you plus 4 minus 4 plus 4 equals nothing. So because just someone asked questions about this, so that's why it's just make it clear. Okay. So you can just forget about this part. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that makes sense.
So it means when they were converting to common share, then the preferred stock will be gone. Is that right?
Yes, those you don't have any preferred stock, because this is our imagination, right? Those shares, all preferred stock already converted into common stock. You don't have preferred stock anymore. That's why we don't pay dividend for them anymore. Okay. Any other question?
Anything else is same, right?
I'm sorry? Sorry?
Any else is same, just only the difference is when they convert from preferred stock to common share, right?
Yeah. They convert it, into common shares, okay? So that's why they have impact on both sides, okay, on the bottom and on the top. Okay.
And where to add the 12?
What's that? Sorry?
Oh, never mind. I know. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So, so that was the two convertible securities, okay? So then, okay. Then let's talk, I need to talk about this issue called anti-dilutive issues. Anti-dilutive means, remember, we want to calculate diluted earnings per share. We want to figure out what is the worst situation, what is the lowest earning per share could be, okay? But what if when we consider some issues, some securities, you know, stock options or convertibles, securities, those results are higher than the basic earning per shares. Okay, if the result is higher than the basic earning per shares, we call that anti-dilutive situation. We don't want that situation. Okay, remember, we want to calculate the worst situation, not a better one. Okay, so how to deal with that? We're gonna ignore. Okay, we're gonna ignore these anti-dilutive situation. Okay, ignore these anti-dilutive situation. The example, okay. So for example, let's say stock option part, right? So stock option, let me go back to that stock option example. Okay. No, this is kind of the bonus. Stock option example, right? Like this. Stock option example, what we did is what we assume, you know, those stock options are going to be exercised. That's why we issue 15 million more shares, right? And we allow to purchase, use the cash we received to purchase back 12 millions. That's why the net increase is 3 millions shares we added to the bottom, right? But what if this number instead of 12, this is more than 15. Let's say instead of 12, this is 16. No, this is 16. So now 15 minus 16, you're allowed to purchase more shares, right? 15 minus 16 gonna give you negative numbers, right? So then this one, this calculation will be what? Will be higher than $2, right? If this is if the denominator is lower, okay? So then that's called an anti-diluted situation. We don't want to consider that.
Why would this happen?
Let me give you an example. For example, instead of market price instead of 25, let's say market price is 20. Okay, if market price 20, guess what? We're allowed to purchase back 15. Is that right? Millions. Make sense? So then 15 minus 15 is nothing. Okay, we didn't increase any shares. But what if this price is less than 20s? So then this 12, instead of 12, this number should be higher than 15. So then 15 minus the higher numbers, you're going to be negative, right? So if this part is negative, then the total earning per share calculation will be higher than $2, which is we call the anti-dilutive situation. Okay, it won't give you the worst earning per shares, which is what we don't want. Okay, we don't want that. We want the worst situation. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Makes sense. So that's the stock options. Okay, so stock option, you know, it could be right. So this numbers, let's say 25, could be less than 20. Then that will be the anti-dilutive situation. Okay, so you don't want to consider that. You just ignore it. Okay, when you calculate diluted earnings per shares, don't include that. Okay, because that's not the worst situation. Could be. Okay, so that's the first one. Go to what if this is the convertible securities. Convertible securities is a little harder, right? Because what? Because you add both, right? Remember, You remember like this, right? You add both, right? You on the top, this is the convertible bond, right? This is the convertible bonds, okay? So you add 12 here in the bottom, and you also add this months on the top, okay? So you don't know if the total calculation gonna be higher than $2 or lower than $2, okay? So you have to really calculate. Okay, you have to put it there to calculate. If this $1.85, is higher than $2, then that will be anti-dilutive. Okay, you have to real calculate. Okay, and if it's anti-dilutive, forget about that. Okay, just don't think about that. Just ignore it. Okay, don't include that. Another way is you can calculate so-called incremental effect. Okay, incremental effect, and you compare with the basic earning per shares to see which one is higher. Okay, to see which one is higher, and then you can see if this is anti-dilutive or dilutive. Okay, the example, let me see, I have the example here. Okay, so this is from the previous example. So this is convertible bonds. On the top you add this part, right? Bottom you add this part. So then this divided by this, you got $1.50. Okay, and then remember the basic earning per share is $2. So since $1.50 is less than $2, then this is good. This is dilutive. Okay, when you add this part onto the bottom, onto the basic earning per shares, your total diluted earning per share will be less than the basic. Okay, so we say this is the good one. And similarly for the preferred stock, remember preferred stock, you add 3 to the bottom, you also remove that 4, right? You add 4 right to the top for the dividends. Okay, so 4 divided by 3, you got $1.33. So this one is less than $2. This is also diluted. Okay, if this one is greater than $2, then that will be anti-dilutive. You don't want to consider that. We're going to ignore that if this one is higher than the basic earning per shares. Question at this moment? Anti-dilutive. Okay, we don't want the another. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Any other question? Okay. So this is how we test, okay, if this is anti-dilutive or not, okay. Again, anti-dilutive shows, the numbers, the diluted earning per share is higher than the basic earning per shares, which is not acceptable, okay. We don't want that. We want the worst earning per shares, okay. So this is, if we have anti-dilutive situation, you just ignore it, okay. You ignore it, okay. So then let's say we have these two, right? So one of those is higher than 2. So then just ignore it. You just focus on 1, right? Just include 1, not that anti-dilutive one. Okay. So another one here is the order, okay, to include convertible securities. The order to include convertible securities. So how to include security? You need to include those convertible securities one at a time, based on the order. You want to include the lowest incremental effect first. The worst convertible security, you want to include that first. And then once you're done, then you include another one. Okay? So you do a little step by step. I think let's see, we have time here. Okay. I need to share with this this question. Okay, 21. So this is another homework questions.